Understanding mental illness, a global reality. Mental illness is a term we hear a lot, but what does it really mean? It's a term we hear a lot, but what does it really mean? Simply put, mental illness refers to conditions that affect our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. These conditions can range from anxiety and depression to more severe disorders like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. It's about our minds, just like physical health is about our bodies, and it's a global issue. Mental illness doesn't discriminate. It affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life. It's important to remember that mental illness is not a weakness. It's not something people choose. It's a health concern, just like any other. Imagine a world where we talk about mental health as easily as we talk about the flu. A world where seeking help is not a source of shame but a sign of strength. We're not quite there yet, but we can get there together. By understanding mental illness, we can start to break down the stigma and create a more supportive and compassionate world. This journey requires empathy, education, and open conversations. It means recognizing the signs and symptoms and knowing when to seek help. It means supporting each other and creating environments where mental health is prioritized. Together, we can make a difference. By understanding mental illness, we can start to break down the stigma and create a more supportive and compassionate world. Let's work towards a future where mental health is treated with the same importance as physical health. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels supported and understood. By understanding mental illness, we can start to break down the stigma and create a more supportive and compassionate world. Mental illness is incredibly diverse, affecting people from all walks of life. It's not a one-size-fits-all experience, and it manifests differently in everyone. There are many different types of mental illnesses, each with its own unique set of symptoms and challenges. Two of the most common types are anxiety and depression, which can significantly impact daily life. Anxiety is like having this constant worry that just won't quit, often accompanied by physical symptoms. Your heart might race, you might feel restless, and it can be hard to concentrate on even simple tasks. Depression, on the other hand, can feel like a heavy weight on your shoulders, making everything seem more difficult. It can drain your energy, make it hard to enjoy things you used to love, and even make it difficult to get out of bed in the morning. The simplest tasks can feel overwhelming. Remember, these are just two examples of mental health conditions. There are many other types of mental illnesses, each with its own unique characteristics and effects on individuals. The best way to understand mental illness is to listen to people who live with it every day. Their voices provide invaluable insights into the daily struggles and triumphs they experience. Their stories remind us that behind the diagnoses, there are real people with real experiences. These narratives help break down the stigma and foster empathy and understanding. Take, for example, the story of Malala Yousafzai. She's an incredible activist who advocates for education for girls. Her courage and determination have inspired millions around the world. But did you know she also struggles with anxiety? She talks openly about her experiences, showing us that even the strongest among us can face mental health challenges. Her openness helps others feel less alone. Or consider the story of Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer. He's won more Olympic medals than anyone else in history. His achievements in the pool are legendary, but he's also been open about his struggles with depression. His story reminds us that mental illness can affect anyone, no matter how successful they may seem. By sharing his journey, he encourages others to seek help and speak out. These stories of resilience and openness are powerful. They show us that mental health struggles do not define a person's worth or capabilities. By listening and sharing, we can build a more compassionate and understanding world for everyone. Section 4, Seeking Support, Finding Hope, Resources for Mental Well-Being. So what can we do? How can we support ourselves and others who might be struggling? The first step is to remember that no one has to go through this alone. There are resources available, people who care, and hope for a brighter future. If you're struggling, reach out to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or doctor. There are also many online resources, support groups, and hotlines available. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to acknowledge you need support and even more courage to ask for it. Section 5. Breaking the Silence, Embracing Hope, a Call to Action. Let's work together to create a world where mental health is treated with the same importance as physical health. Let's break down the stigma surrounding mental illness by talking openly about it. Share your own experiences if you feel comfortable. Listen to others with empathy and without judgment. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference. Remember, there is always hope. Recovery is possible, and with support things can and will get better. So let's start a conversation, spread awareness, and build a world where everyone feels supported and empowered to prioritize their mental well-being.